Hi, Luke from Korg here. This is your first 5 minutes on the Volca Sample. Let's get started. Okay, so this is what you get in the box. The Volca Sample, product manual, a coupon to download some cool software, a sync cable for connecting to other gear, and 6 AA batteries as well. So let's get this installed and see how this sounds. Okay, so we've got the batteries installed. If you want to power it via an adapter, you can. That's an optional KA350 via this jack here, but you can also use a Volca mix as well. That'll power up to 3 Volcas simultaneously. Audio wise, we've got a mini jack connected here to our sound system, but you can also plug in headphones should you want to. If there's nothing connected to that jack, then you will hear this sound directly from the speaker underneath, which can be really handy as well. Okay, let's power on. So once it's booted up, you can audition your 10 parts from the ribbon controller here. To listen to the preset patterns, just press play. It will play back. You can change the tempo. This is your BPM on the screen here. You can also load in your presets via these buttons. And you can also do that whilst it's playing. If you want to change the sounds, that's done via this matrix here. So for instance, that kick drum on part 1 there, we can change the level of it. We can pan it to the right or to the left, because of course this is a stereo Volca. We can filter it. And of course, that's where you change your actual sample as well. So to start making your patterns, very easy. Just hold down function, press clear all, and then we've got a blank canvas. And there's 2 ways to record: step recording and live recording. Let's start off with the step recording. So you press step mode there, select the part that you want to record. In this case, it's my kick drum. I'm just going to put 4 to the floor kick drums in. And there it is, there's your pattern. 16 step sequence, playing through in a loop. Let's go on to part 2, put in some snares. And of course you can change those sounds and experiment as you go. You can also record live as well. So you wanted to put this hi-hat pattern in, just hit record. And it quantizes it really nicely as well. Press play again and it'll stop. If you want to then save that into a memory, just hold down function and press memory, and you can save into any one of these 16 locations, and that'll overwrite what's already there. Okay, so we've got some connections on here. I'm going to bring in some other gear now and show you how that works. Okay, so as you can see, I've brought in some extra equipment to show you the different connections on the Volca Sample. The first thing is it's got a MIDI input, so that means I can trigger those sounds from any MIDI controller, and that can be something like a NanoPad 2, it could be a keyboard, and I've got a controller here with extra controls on it, so I can start manipulating the sound. So let me show you how that works. We're going through a MIDI USB host, so I'm converting from USB to MIDI, and obviously I can trigger the sounds from these pads, and I can also feel my way through the sounds with things like filters and maybe reverb. It's a great way to kind of do sound design as well, because it remembers where you leave the sound, which is really handy. You've also got sync in and out on the Volca Sample as well, and that means you can connect to other pieces of gear with that same connection, things like the Volcas, other pieces of Korg gear, and then get your timing in sync. It comes with one of these cables included. So say for instance you've got your 2 Volcas here. At the moment they're playing back at completely different tempos. But to get them in sync, all I need to do is go sync out of, say, my Volca Sample, sync into the Volca bass, and now they're playing back at the same tempo, and that tempo is being dictated by the Volca Sample, and of course I can change that, and then this one follows. So this one is the master tempo. You can also then daisy chain. So if you wanted to go out of here and into another piece of equipment and keep going, you can get lots of pieces of equipment in sync with each other very easily. We've also got USB on here as well. So now I'm going to bring my computer in and show you how that works. Right then, so as you can see, I've brought my computer in. We've got it connected via USB because I wanted to show you this really cool Volca Sample Librarian software. So what it enables you to do is select all of your different patterns, even while it's playing. You can cycle through them. You can also see here on the screen that you can see on every single part which sample you're using. And even cooler, if you go to the second tab here, you see all the samples themselves, and you can preview them from your laptop as well. So this is software that will run on PC or Mac, and it's also the way that you get your samples into your Volca Sample via USB, really easy. Or if you want to factory restore the samples that are in there, you can do that from the software as well. Now, if you want to use a DAW as well, you can use that via USB. And it works in the same way, and you can address all of these different parts independently, which is great. Should you wish to factory reset your Volca Sample itself with the patterns, you can do that as well. So I'll show you how to do that. All you do, power off, hold down function and memory, power back on, and then press record there. It'll do its power cycle, and then you're ready. And you've got all of your factory presets back in there. So there you go. That's your first 5 minutes on the Volca Sample.